Hello, I'm Brandon Taylor. I'm a student at FSCJ. Thank you for letting me interview you today. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, I'm Darlene Ard. I teach first grade at Thunderbolt Elementary.
Okay. All right. Well, what are some of the duties you perform during a typical day?
Usually I do parent pickup duty as the children are coming to school.
Okay.
I open the doors and
Okay.
greet them, and then I have my full day of teaching,
Okay.
and then after school I also have duty where I release the children into parent pickup.
Okay. Do you have a set routine?
Yes, we certainly have a set routine, especially with me teaching first grade.
Okay.
If I didn't have that structured routine, my day would be chaos.
I got you.
Because they ask all day long, is it lunchtime, is it? So I have to have a routine on the board so they know what our day is
I got you.
going to be like.
What educational background is required for the job?
A teacher requires a 4-year bachelor's degree
Okay.
in elementary. Well, I
Okay.
teach elementary, but a 4-year bachelor's degree in education.
Okay. What are the main or most important personal characteristics for success in your field?
Well, I know there's the adage that say students don't care what you know until they know that you care. And to me, you have to really care about children in order to be able to teach them.
Completely
So,
understandable.
Yeah, so to me, one of the most important characteristics is caring about their education and their person.
Okay. What are some of the different settings in which people in this occupation may work?
Well, nowadays there's quite a few. I mean, I teach in a regular, just a typical first grade class, so I'm with my class all day long.
Okay.
But there are teachers that are resource teachers, so they will come into like an inclusion class. And so
Okay.
they may be involved in several different classes. So there's that option. There's also just recently in the last few years, there's virtual school.
Okay.
So there are teachers that they teach through the computer, and you can make phone calls. You can talk to them through emailing back and forth. So there's a lot of options nowadays.
Definitely.
with teaching.
Do y'all have a set schedule, or is it flexible? Like,
No, it's pretty set. I mean, my work day starts at 7:30,
okay.
and my work day ends at 3:30.
Okay.
So, I mean, I can flex time. Like if I have a doctor's appointment or something, I can flex time when it's not student hours, but it's pretty set.
Yeah, pretty set at Monday through Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. What are the demands and dissatisfactions that typically accompany this type of work?
I love my job. However, it just seems like the curriculum that we have to teach is constantly changing.
Okay.
So me being a first grade teacher, like 1 year they may say, you have to teach about the Chinese New Year.
Yeah.
So me being first grade, I get all these books about the Chinese New Year, pictures, I do crafts and things to help them really understand it. And then 3 years later, they change our curriculum. Now I'm no longer teaching the Chinese New Year. I may be teaching them about Angel Island. So to me, just the whole constant changing our curriculum is what's the most frustrating to me.
Okay.
And
It's not steady enough.
yeah, it's not. I mean, I take a lot of time in preparing my lessons, and when it's a constant change, which I know that's the way our world is. But to me, if some things would be a little more steady, then we can learn different tricks of the trade
Definitely.
to help. I mean,
Definitely.
we're competing with TV. We're
Yeah.
competing with cartoons that are so comical. So we have to do what we can do to capture their attention.
For
and
sure.
to me, the most frustrating thing is just the constant changing our curriculum.
Okay. All right. What's some of the technology used, and how is it used?
We use technology from the time we walk in. We take attendance on the computer. We send up our lunch count on the computer. Even in first grade, once we grade papers, their grades are on Focus. We use some really cool technology. We have a piece of technology called Elmo,
Okay.
which is where you can actually set a book on top of this, and it will project the book on the wall. So we can actually go in and show them using just one book. We don't have to have a whole class set of where you would find the answer to that. And I know in the upper grades they use Blackboard. I mean, even as a parent, you can get on Focus, get on Blackboard. You can stay on track, stay on top of their grades. So computer is used. I mean, that's another stressor is having to constantly stay on top of the computer skills.
Okay.
Because we have a full-time job, and in addition to that, I'm still a student. I'm constantly having to learn so that I can, stay up with technology and with the
Definitely, I
times.
definitely see where
Yeah.
you come from. What are some of the satisfying aspects of your work?
Well, one of the reasons I love first grade so much is seeing the huge difference between what they're academically like when I get them
Okay.
and then what they can do by the end of the year. Most first graders can read, just basic three-letter words when we get them. I mean, there's a few exceptions that, are fluent readers, but most of them are very basic, word for word readers. But by the end of first grade, they're fluent readers. They can read and comprehend. They can read to answer questions.
Okay.
And to me, just seeing that huge difference of where they are, and two, knowing that I know I make a difference.
Okay.
There's like parents will even say, they're sick and they don't even want to stay home. So I know that I make a difference because I make them enjoy school as much as possible, even though they have to work hard. I know that, to me, that's fulfilling to know that I make a difference in a child's life. That
Definitely.
I make them want to come to school, they want to learn, and they want to do their best.
What are the greatest pressures, strains, or anxieties in your field of work?
Feeling like my job is never done. I mean, there's different personalities in teaching, but my personality is I want to be the best. I want that lesson to be the best that it can be. And when my whole day is involved in teaching, I know I can't always have the best lesson. And so my job's never over. I mean, I
Okay.
bring it home with me. It's not a 9-to-5 job that I can clock out. And I feel like it takes time from my family for me to be the best teacher that I can be. And to me, that's a stressor, because even in the summertime, some people think, oh, well, you're a teacher. You have your holidays off. You have all this time in the summer off. And even though I may not be clocking in, I'm not off.
Yeah, you gotta stay on top
I'm
of
still,
everything.
I'm either researching a better way to do this. I'm, trying to learn new techniques on the computer. But so I'm never off.
Okay.
And to me, that is a stressor because there are times when I just want to clock out.
Okay.
But
Out of all the responsibilities a teacher has, what do you think some of the most the major responsibilities a teacher actually has and has to perform?
Definitely getting the concepts across to them. We have to prepare them for the testing that our state, mandates. And even though that's changing, it used to be FCAT, and there's upcoming changes and stuff. But we will always have to take a standardized test so that they can compare our school within our county. They can compare our county within the state, and then the state, within our country. So there's always going to be testing. And to me, a huge responsibility is making sure that they're prepared for that test, in addition to I'm a nurse, I'm a mother, I'm a counselor, I'm everything that they need during the day. But most importantly, I have to make sure that I've taught them the academics that they need to pass that test.
Okay. How do you use the different types of communication at work?
Well, like I mentioned before, we're competing with Disney Channel, and kids come home and they're in front of this TV that's, so we use communication in trying to find new and exciting ways to get their attention. I sing,
Okay.
And I have to communicate different ways, different little techniques for them to memorize things. I have to communicate with my principal, with the teachers around me. We all have to work together, or it makes our day not smooth, and we have to enjoy our job too, just
Definitely.
like the kids want to enjoy coming to school. And then too, it's a huge communication issue with the parents. You want the parents to know we're in this together, and you have to communicate in a way that you don't put yourself above them. You want them to know that, we're on the same team.
Definitely.
And it's to get your child as far as they can get. And so communication is important. We have to make sure, we have to get them on our side. But at the same time, help them to realize their responsibility.
Definitely.
And there's a fine line in helping them to understand that I
Definitely.
can't do it all. You have to do it too, and it's for the benefit of your child. So, yeah, there's a lot of communication, not just with the students, but with their parents, your administration, your coworkers.
Yes.
So,
Well, Ms. Hart, I definitely appreciate you letting me interview you. It helped me a lot, and
I'm
I
glad I
appreciate it
could
big
help
time.
you.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.